you all. If you don't know already, we are Wayward Comedy. My name is Isabel Madley. This is our first show in over a year, and it's so amazing. Yeah! If you don't know us already, we do a weekly stand-up open mic at Chili Line Breweries. It's Wayward Wednesdays Some of you have seen it. It's every Wednesday at 8 p.m. So if you don't like our comedy and you think you can do better, come prove it. We like every age group, every demographic. We love to see new faces, so come on out. Also, be sure to follow us on Instagram at Wayward Comedy. We've got a YouTube and waywardcomedy.com. You can check us out. We're working on some new projects, so you can stay tuned. I can't remember if I said already, but my name is Isabel Madley. There's just a few housekeeping things to take care of first. First and most importantly, please tip your bartenders generously. Yeah! They are putting up with our bullshit for an entire night, and they should be rewarded for that. Let's see, next we have to, that's gonna be a problem. There we go. It's prop comedy, don't worry about it. Let's see, next, there will be a short intermission, so if you do want to go and hit the food truck or indulge in vices, use the restroom, you will have time to do that. It'll be about 10 minutes, and I will let you know when that's happening. It'll be in the middle. Let's see what else. It is an R-rated show, so if there are any children here, you might want to take them out, unless they are either too young to understand or cool as shit. We have 6 comedians, including myself, and we have a great lineup. And just thank you guys for coming out, and thanks Tumbleroot. All right, let's get started. How is everybody doing? That's about right. You guys were honest. I like that. Where it's been middling, right? We're all okay. I have noticed, I don't know if any of you have noticed this, that there is a very fine line between the human expressions of pleasure and disgust. And I'll give you an example of what I mean. I walked into a bar recently, and there was the tiniest puppy I have ever seen in my life. And my first reaction was to blurt out to these complete strangers, "Are you fucking kidding me?" I don't know why that's my reaction. And we see it with food too, right? You take a bite of something, someone takes a bite and they go, "Oh my God, what is this? Did you make this?" And you have to wait with bated breath, right? You're not really sure. Are they gonna spit it out or swallow the whole thing? And nowhere is that phenomenon more prevalent than during sex. Be honest, how many of you make noises or faces during sex that could potentially be misconstrued? Show of applause. Yeah, oh, see, there's a few honest people here. Again, you're a little shy, that's okay. But it's true, there's a very fine line. With men, for example, often you guys get this really intense look, like you're really concentrated and focused, and it's kind of fun. It's like a guessing game. You have to wonder, like, you're sweating down on top of us, and we're just like, "Are you okay?" I'm not sure. And it's also really hard to tell because you guys don't make any fucking noises. You gotta make more noises, guys. I don't want to feel like I'm fucking a mime. Come on, don't make me check to see if you're awake. Thank you. Now, all jokes aside, I don't want this set to make anyone feel uncomfortable or self-conscious because the truth is, sex is about being yourself and letting go, You don't want to be in your head, and the truth is, whatever sounds or faces you make during sex, as long as it's what comes naturally to you, it's gonna be sexy to your partner, I promise. Unless it's, like, really weird, right? Yikes, you know what I'm talking about? Oh, God. And then, obviously, women don't get off easy, ever. No, I'm not gonna let women off the hook. We are absolutely bizarre during sex. I don't know if you've ever watched porn or maybe caught a glimpse of yourself in the mirror. We do not look like we're having a good time. It's never like a woman in a yogurt commercial, like, I mean, maybe sometimes it is, but sometimes it is not. Sometimes it's not. A perfect example, I saw a graphic circulating around that's a bunch of close-cropped women's faces, and you have to guess, are you looking at a picture of a woman in a porn scene, or a pregnant woman giving birth. And it's really hard to tell. Think about it. Their hair is messed up, there's sweat pouring down their face, they're flushed, they're looking down like, what the fuck's going on down there? And porn is the biggest culprit. Women in porn always look like they're in pain. And I don't know whether it is a societal thing or it's a natural impulse. Maybe it's because of the rise of sadomasochism and the normalization of that. Like I see a lot of porn with women getting choked or like dick slapped across the face or like this thing. Like, don't do that. Please, men, don't ever do that unless you are explicitly asked. That's gonna be a no from me. Let's see. I also wondered if it's an ego thing, where it's like, oh, I don't know if it's gonna fit. And it's like, Kylie, sweetheart, you did that double penetration scene yesterday. It's gonna fit. Side note, public service announcement for everybody in here. Vaginas are elastic, they spring back. If it can push a baby out of there, it can take your 5.5 inches, Derek. Ooh. Okay, there's a lot of Dereks in the audience, I apologize. Let's see. Oh, of course. My absolute favorite are the women who just look pissed. They just look super angry and genuinely annoyed that someone is fucking them right now. And you know the look, right? It's like, what are you doing? Is your stupid dick inside me right now? That's dumb, I hate it. So, in honor of all those women and all the poor men who have to put up with it, I've written a little song. And it goes a little something like this. Bum, bum, bum. Angry pussy, why do you look so mean? Angry pussy, are you as unhappy as you seem? Your face says yes, but your face says no. So I can't tell if you want it fast or slow. Are you enjoying this? I really don't know. It's so hard being a man today. Bum, bum, bum. Angry pussy, please don't look so mad. Angry pussy, is this the best or worst sex you've ever had? Do you want to be here? Are you having any fun? Your expression says you can't wait for all this to be done. You're looking at my dick like it's an imposition. Oh, it's so hard being a straight man today. Bum, bum, bum. Angry pussy, just checking in to see if you're okay. Angry pussy, a noise like that could go either way. Your tone says no, but your words say yes. At times like this, it just ain't safe for guys to guess. Please just tell me if you like this and relieve all this stress. So it's so hard being a straight white man today. That is it for me for now. First, we have our first excellent comic coming up. You know him, you love him. He is one of the founders of Wayward Comedy. I've known him for 15 years. He is a big softie with the voice of a 1940s radio announcer and the body of a proud boy, Evan Galpert. Give it up for Evan Galpert.
Isabel Madley, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, she offered to help me put it in. That's nice. I'm Evan Galpert. Thank you guys for being here. I have 3 jobs. Who has more than one job here in town? I'm sure there's more. Yeah, right on. Thank you guys for coming out and spending your hard-earned money. I have 3 jobs. I like to put them into a song. It goes like this. Realtor, actor, stand-up comedian, can't afford to eat again, should have been in medicine. Got 1 paycheck, spent it all on weed again, now I got no money for beer. So someone buy me a beer. Hey, I do spend way too much money on weed. Yeah, it's easy. I was too high for the guy at REI the other day, which is not just a fun tongue twister, it's also like a high bar to set for yourself. It's like a 14er if you're hiking, you know? But here's the story. I was so high that I was rolling my bikes into REI, 2 bikes, just by the seats. Just holding the seats. rolling my bikes down the stairs, around the corners, doing the whole thing. Some other old guy who's coming out said, "That's pretty impressive." I was like, "Thanks, I thought I was doing pretty good," walking through. And I get my bikes over to the bike shop, and it's busy. They're running around like a bunch of hipsters with their heads cut off. And, I know what I look like. Like she said, I know what I like. I can be kind of intimidating looking. It's like I'm half hipster, half skinhead, half hipster, half hitman, maybe. I feel like I'm like half Joe Rogan, half Seth Rogen, Like if Seth Rogen were a giant weed gummy and Joe Rogan were a giant peyote button, that's kind of that's where I'm at. And so I'm not trying to rock the boat. They're busy. I'm trying to be cool. Like, it's cool, man. Everything's cool, man. It's cool, man. Everything's fine. But I must have said, "It's cool, man," one too many times. Because one of those dudes looked at me and he's like, "Yeah, you seem like the kind of person who's pretty difficult to upset." And I was like, "Yeah, man, I'm not trying to ruin anybody's day, man," so I got my bikes fixed. That was cool. I feel I was born I'm half Jewish and half Texan. And Texan is its own ethnicity. Let's not get that miscorrected. Being born Jewish, I feel like I was born, and getting into this because I feel like I'm primed for the next up civil war that we're already kind of in the middle of. I don't know if you were aware, but I've been watching the same news you have, so don't pretend like you don't know. But being born Jewish, I feel like I was born already a 40-year-old Jewish man, right? Like, I was born already balding and circumcised, and my kids were already in college when I was born. And then being that I was born in Texas, they, took me out, cut the cord, went to circumcise me, and they're like, "Oh, that's already done, okay, anyway," Then they just handed me a gun, because that's what they do when you're born. They give you a little cap and a gun when you're born in Texas. And then I grew up and got a truck, right? So here I am, but I still identify as a progressive, liberal, democratic socialist, okay? Because I like liberty and democracy and progress in society. But I also have a gun and a truck. So I feel like it's a small truck. I'm not trying to overcompensate for anything. I just got a little truck. But I mean, I just feel like there's a part of me that still really sympathizes with this weird white rage that comes from the conservative end of everything, right? And all my Texas family are conservatives, but I just feel like conservatism doesn't mean what it used to mean anymore, Like, conservative values used to be, well, I'm going to raise my family by the word of the Bible. We're going to go to Sunday. We're going to go to church every Sunday. We're going to live and be pious and humble, and we're all going to die sad, and we're going to keep out the blacks. And that's conservatism, And then now, it's just all different. The conservative values used to be Christian values, so it used to be like, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. And now it seems like conservative values are do whatever the fuck you want to do, basically. It doesn't really matter how it impacts other people. Like, love thy neighbor, unless your neighbor's one of them damn liberal Jew socialist lizard people running the goddamn media trying to put fucking vaccines in my neck, turn my head into a magnet, make me one of them Jeff Bezos goddamn liberal Jew zombie people trying to attack us good conservatives. Is that right? Do I have that right? Is that, but then, there's the other half of me that's like, really the liberal, oh no, there's more, that's right. Let's think of the other conservative values that they have, right? Like, turn the other cheek. Turn the other cheek. Although now it's like, turn the other cheek into the butt of your rifle as you take aim against your sovereign enemy. And, it's just driving me crazy, man. But I get it. I get the white rage. Great example, I was driving my truck down the road the other day, and I saw a guy who was clearly stealing a bunch of shit. Clearly. He was wearing a backpack on one half of his shoulder. He was wearing a guitar on another shoulder. He was wearing a plaid full-length sleeve shirt and jeans. He had a bandana covering this much of his face, sunglasses, hat. And he was climbing onto a little boy's mountain bike. And he was about to start riding down the road on this little mountain bike like that. And my thoughts were like, that's stupid. Then my second thought was like, fuck that fucking guy. All I want to do is turn my truck around and run that motherfucker the fuck over, because thieves are a fucking dirge to society, and goddamn it, I just want to feel your skull crushed beneath my feet. You know, and it's like, I sympathize with that feeling. I just have it against them. So when they're like, I'm like, fuck you! You know, and it's just fucking... But I feel that, and then there's the other Jewish part of me that's like, hey, you know, you don't understand their circumstances. You don't really know whether or not maybe he comes from a lower income family. Maybe he's just doing what he can, you know? Again, we on the left, the argument is always like, who am I to judge? I don't know. What am I to say? How am I supposed to tell you different? That's not very American. Or we're fighting with each other like, you used the wrong pronoun for my dog? You thought you had a penis and instantly assumed it was a boy, but Skittles identifies as a they. Thank you very much. Now I'm going to go on the internet and ruin my life because you were an actual monster. Ruin it a little. So we can't get our fucking message straight. How are we supposed to beat these people? Because they're having fun. I'm starting to feel jealous. They get to do whatever the fuck they want to do, no matter how shitty it looks, you know? Like, they get to go out and have haircuts and do a good thing. We're all like trying to be like, am I wearing my mask right? I don't know. After we got vaccinated. I'm vaccinated. Anybody here? Anybody else vaccinated? You're all supposed to be. You know you're supposed to be. That's why you have your masks up. Anyway. I feel like a parent. I'm not mad at people, I'm just disappointed, you know? So, really I'm more of a dog guy, dog person. Do we have any dog people here in the audience today? You got a dog. What's your dog's name? Ooh, Asta. Asta's an adorable name. What do you have? What kind of nicknames do you have for Asta? Schnookface! See, this is what I'm talking about. This is exactly why it doesn't matter that we name our fucking dogs. They don't know, they don't care. I have a dog named Milo. I love Milo. Milo turned into Milocito, Bobito, Biscochito, Refrito, My Squito, Little Mijito, and then now I call him Squito and Scruffy Butt and Munchkin Butt and Sugar Muffin and Scruffle Muffin and everything else. And he's just like, this is awesome, I don't care, you know, like, he doesn't fucking care. But dogs are the only, or pets in general, are one of the few groups of things that we have pet names for. There are a couple others. One of them is sports teams. Any of you on a sports team, you ever get to go, yeah, baby, let's go, baby, yeah, I'm gonna smack that butt, I'm gonna smack that little butt, yeah, baby, this way, good boy, you go get him. Wouldn't that be fun, you know, like, the other one is your partner, obviously, your romantic partner. You get to be like, hey, baby, but you can't be like, where do you want to go to dinner? Tell me where you want to go to dinner. Come on and tell me. You want to go to dinner? You also can't be like, well, maybe you can, I don't know. Sometimes you can be like, I got the leash. You get excited when I get the leash, you know, like, don't pee on the carpet unless I tell you to, you know. Maybe you can talk to your partner. Maybe you can talk to your partner like that, if you have a special relationship. I'll leave on this. I have become one of the people that I hate the most. Which is to say that I am now one of those non-dairy milk beverage drinking individuals. I'm lactose intolerant, it gives me an upset stomach, I get gassy. So, you know, I start drinking the almond milks and the stuff, and I'm like, God damn it, this is bullshit. Because did you know that it takes 1,100 gallons of water to make one fucking, liter of almond milk? Fucking bullshit. Also, who is raising an almond? Who is going out there, pulling an almond outside of a bigger almond and being like, I'm gonna nurse you to health, and then bringing it fresh grains every day and letting their kids name their almonds something cute like Almanda, or, nobody's going out with a tiny little pail once every day underneath this almond and squirting out little tiny bits of almond milk. Nobody's taking their almond to the state fair and trying to get a blue ribbon for having the best eyelashes on your almond, you know? It's not fucking happening. But coconuts, that I understand. Anyway, I'm Evan Galpert. Thank you guys so much for listening. Follow us on waywardcomedy.com. There are lots of other great comedians this evening. Give it up for your host, Isabel Madley.
Keep it going for Evan Galpert. He is a Wayward original. Next up, you may know him. He's the weird with the beard. He's the nicest asshole you'll ever meet. Phil Johnson.
Boy, I tell you, I just need one of those hooked canes. That's right, folks, my name is Phil Johnson. It's nice to have you here. I have been trying to broaden my financial input, so I started taking phlebotomy classes. Phlebotomy, of course, being the practice of drawing blood. Problem was, I'm really good at it. Like, really, really good. And I started getting worried that my arrogance would get in the way of the medical practice. But my phlebotomy instructor gave me some encouraging words the other day. He said, "Not that vain." So, yeah. You know, I really like how body positive the little teapot is. You know, short and stout and proud. Like, yeah, good for you, little teapot. You know, love handles. I actually wish that all of my kitchenware had that same kind of attitude. But, you know, the picture's like, whoa, if you want to lose some weight, just come lift with me in the baseball team. And the French press is always saying, do you have any comments on why you are so fat? And then the pot started calling the kettle black, and I was like, whoa, simmer down. Put a lid on it, you know? It just isn't right. So, you may have noticed I haven't figured out pants. Like, I've been doing them for a long time. But I have this problem. Anybody else have this problem, this sagging thing? I hate it, and I can't figure out how to fix it. People give you advice like, try a belt. I'm like, yeah. Suspenders, those are popular. Yeah. The thing is, they kind of they bounce around and you feel like you're wearing a bungee cord. It's I don't know. Maybe sweatpants is the way to go. Is that right? Should I go for sweatpants? The thing about sweatpants though, like sweat pants, as many problems as I have with pants, there's at no point have I thought, yeah, this would be better if it was like sticky. I don't understand sweat in general. As a concept, doesn't make a whole lot of sense. If you're carrying a heavy thing up the stairs, and your body says, ooh, would it help if your skin was damp? No, it would not. So yeah, I don't know if sweatpants are the way to go. You're right, maybe leggings. Maybe leggings. I do support leggings. I'm a big fan of the legging trend. I try not to stare, you know, because it's a little rude. It's not the woman's fault that she's attractive and wears the legging. You know, you can't blame her for my reaction to it. I think you can blame her when they let me catch them. Yeah, dang lady, I thought you'd be a lot faster. Those leggings didn't help you run at all. I ought to look into joggers, I guess. So, I tried a orange vanilla Coke the other day. Yeah, ew. I know, it's, why add vanilla to that? I feel like we're adding vanilla to too many things these days. There's some things where it just doesn't work, you know? Like, I feel like my wife doesn't find me attractive anymore. Well, have you tried adding vanilla? It may not work. Or Nilla wafers. You had those? They're little cookies that when you eat them, it's like, hey, does that taste like vanilla? I mean, it's more just Nilla. Which honestly is a great term for, boring white folks. What's up, Nillas? My Nillas. If you guys, you like Sesame Street? Yeah. Can you tell me how to get to? Spoiler alert, they never tell you. They never tell you how to get to Sesame Street. But they bring it up enough that you start wondering, is it like code for something? Can you tell me, is this drug code? Do you go to some sketchy neighborhood in New York somewhere? And you're like, hey man, you tell me how to get to Sesame Street? I'm supposed to meet some guy named Oscar out behind Mr. Hooper's shop in the alley. Yeah, maybe I can help you. Yeah. I was looking for some H. H is for horse. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe some X. Maybe a little E. E is my favorite. Okay. Yeah. Cool. I mean, I'd settle for special K. Forgot that. K is special, and so are you. Children's things. But you got to be careful, walking around. Sketchy neighborhoods like Sesame Street. Got to watch out. Does it ever happen to you when you're walking down the street and you realize you're walking behind a lady and it's late at night, so you're walking fast and maybe it's a little cold, so maybe you're talking to yourself a little bit. Got your hood up because you're cold, and you realize she's walking real fast. Has her keys in her hand like some kind of discount Wolverine. You're thinking, man, what is she afraid of? I thought this was a good neighborhood. Oh, yep, it's me. It's me. Which is, I know, it's pretty funny. So maybe you laugh and say something to put her at ease, Don't be afraid, pretty lady. All right, folks. My name's been Phil Johnson. You've been doing just fine. Thanks for coming on out tonight. You can always check us out on Wednesdays, or online. Or right now. It's pretty good too.
Yeah, give it up for Phil. He's got the best puns. All right, next up. Now, people say this a lot when they're introducing comics, but this literally is one of my favorite people. I love him so much. He's the oldest member of Wayward, though you wouldn't be able to tell by looking at the rest of these fuckers. TJ Jones.
Hello, everybody. So I just wanted to, when I got here this evening, I went to the bathroom, and there was a guy standing in there, and when I walked in, he was like this. And I was like, I didn't really know what to expect. He said, "You're rocking that hat, man. You're rocking that shirt. Good job, man. Good job." And what he doesn't know is I changed this shirt 3 fucking times before I left the house because I honestly thought that it was going to make some kind of difference in my performance tonight because I just really, really want you to like me so much. How y'all doing tonight? Everybody doing good? Yeah, I'm kind of fat, and I know that I'm kind of fat. I'm trying to. I just turned 50, and I'm trying to improve myself a little bit. And this all started when I was getting out of the shower one day. Sorry for the mental image. And I caught a glimpse of myself in the mirror, and I thought, oh man, that's a fucking bummer, dude. Whoa. I look like a scarecrow if a scarecrow is made from a bag of dead hamsters and a fucking volleyball for a head. I look like a fat Nosferatu. And so I got an exercise bike, and I started dieting, and I lost 25 pounds. And I still look like this though, okay? So it's not really much of an improvement. And plus I just discovered chafing. Chafing, if you don't know, is when one fat, disgusting part of your body rubs against another fat, disgusting part of your body until it starts to burn. So, you know, like, I had no idea that this was the thing. I quit doing drugs, and then all this is on fucking fire all the fucking time because I've gained all this weight. And it's like somebody sprayed Tabasco sauce all over my inner thighs. It's fucking ridiculous. And I have this, like, really physical job where I do a lot of heavy lifting, and I'm there with my coworkers, and we'll be doing something, and then I have to stop in the middle of it and be like, oh, wait, hang on a second, you guys, wait. Oh, man. Like, dude, what the fuck is going on? I'm like, I just need a second, okay? Just need a second. How the fuck did it get up inside my asshole? Oh, Jesus. I wasn't always fat, though. I used to be really skinny. I was so skinny, in fact, that if you were meeting me for the first time, or if you saw me walking down the street, you would think to yourself, man, that guy's on crystal meth. And you'd be right. I was on crystal meth for a long time. 12 years. I was a meth addict for 12 years. I turned it around, though. I've actually been clean and sober for 8.5 years. I don't know why you're clapping. It's not going to last. Okay, I'm planning my relapse as we speak. It's gonna be fucking epic, okay? I'm gonna make the paper, I'm gonna wind up in the hospital. It's all planned out, okay? Yeah, I'm not really even sure how that even got started, but yeah, I was in bad shape for a long time. I got into trouble, and that's how I got sober. I got arrested, and I wound up having to go to counseling for like 7 years. And it was something that, I was in counseling with a lot of people that were forced into counseling like myself. So none of us wanted to be there, but unlike most of the people in the room, I was actually dedicated to getting sober. So everybody else there was just like, they were just pieces of shit. And that's the only way I can describe it. They were pieces of shit. They never took any responsibility for themselves at all. They blamed the system, or they blamed their boyfriend or their girlfriend or somebody that did them wrong. And you would think that I would have sympathy for my fellow addicts, but I just don't. I don't. Because they're not doing the fucking work, man. They're not doing the work. I watch those shows like Dope Sick Nation and Intervention. I'm addicted to those shows. And it's usually because I get to sit there and watch these people, you know those shows where the intro is just all about these people and their bad behavior. And, they're like living in their mom's basement, and they're fucking up and shooting up drugs and stealing from their family and stealing from their friends. And most people, I believe, when they watch those shows, they're like, oh man, I really hope this guy gets some help. But me, I'm like, man, what would be really great is if this guy ODs and dies, because he's a drain on society and a drain on his family. No, seriously, how many of those people actually get clean and sober after the fucking $50,000 rehab that they go to for free? Seriously, okay? You might not agree, that's okay. It's a joke. It's a joke. I don't really believe it either. Because I really like being sober. I like being sober. I like being clean and sober because I like the clarity, and I like my life is very normal, and there's no drama in it anymore. And it's boring, but at least it's not filled with chaos all the time. And there's the added bonus that I get to feel, superior to everybody. And not all you, I'm sure you're all doing great. Because I can't stand, look, a drug never did anything to anybody. A drug didn't fucking fly up somebody's nose of its own volition. It's like a chemical. It can't hurt you unless you do something with it. It's not drugs that are the problem. People are the fucking problem, okay? Because they have no self-control. And I truly believe that, oh man, I lost my place. Just give me a second. I knew this was gonna happen. Drugs aren't the problem, people are the problem. Thank you very much. I can't stand it when somebody blankets all drugs with that same statement that when they say, oh, drugs are so bad, all drugs are bad, Have you guys ever tried fucking Advil? Advil is the shit, man. Oh my god, Advil is so fucking good. I buy the good shit too. I buy those little blue capsules that dissolve really quickly. If I buy anything else, I feel like I've gotten ripped off. Like after 5 minutes, I'm like, what the fuck is going on, man? I think this shit is bunk. And then I'm like, grabbing my gun and fucking calling my dealer. The only problem, the only thing worse than people who take too many drugs are people who don't take enough drugs, okay? Those people who are like, oh, you know what, I'll just take a half a pill. Fuck that shit. God made hits for a reason, all right? Take the whole fucking thing, It's like those people who eat half a donut. Have you ever gone to the box of donuts at work and you open it up, there's like a half a donut in there, and you're like, what the fuck is this shit, man? Who the fuck eats half a donut? Like the person is like, you know what, that's just too much for me. That's so fucked up. And then I end up eating a donut and a half. Thank you for that. I always eat that half a donut. I wound up having to go to prison for 2 years because of that whole thing. And a friend of mine the other day at work, he was like, oh man, you went to prison, huh? What was that like? And I whipped around and I was like, what's with all the questions, man? I'll see you in the showers, motherfucker. That's not really what prison was like. Prison was very boring for me. I ended up going to a minimum security prison for 2 years. Actually, the day that I signed my plea agreement, I was sitting at this table with my attorney and my mom and my dad. And my dad asked the attorney, he said, so what happens now? And my attorney said, oh, they'll probably send him to a camp. And my mom went, a camp? Kathy, it's not that kind of camp. All right, shifting, I'm not gonna go into all the prison stuff, because, next time, show up for our open mic and maybe you'll get to hear me talk about prison. So if you're like me, you hate everything. I hate everything. I even hate the things that I love. And I really don't want to walk around through my life with this like black brick of hatred in my heart all the time. And there you go. And I want to focus that hatred onto constructive things. Like I shouldn't, hate the little things. I should hate the big things. Like I should hate racism, or I should hate injustice. But I realized after a while that that's a total fucking waste of time, because those things are always going to exist. So I decided I'm just really gonna hate country music. Because I truly believe that if we all band together, we can eradicate country music in our lifetime as we know it, okay? And then racists will have nothing to listen to. No more songs about pickup trucks and red cups for you. I know this is probably going to split the room. The only thing I hate more than country music is the band Sublime. God, I fucking hate that band so much. I'm so glad that motherfucker's dead so he can't write any more shitty music. Jesus Christ. That joke is really just for me. It's really just a joke for me. Okay, I will end on this. I had a Bang soda the other day. Anybody else tried a Bang soda? No? Okay. I'm not surprised that it hasn't really become mainstream yet, because they're fucking awful. I was at work, and all my friends, my coworkers, they're not really my friends, the people I work with, they were drinking these sodas, and they seemed to be having like a really good time, like walking like, this stuff is so good! Oh my god, this stuff is great! And so I tried one, and first of all, they come in these like just horrible flavors, like birthday cake, and unicorn urine, and I think the one that I tried was called Sour Patch Abortion or something like that. And I didn't know that these sodas had like crystal meth fucking overdose levels of caffeine in them. And I'm kind of sensitive to caffeine, and I drank the thing really fast. And the next thing you know, I'm standing in my boss's office, literally arguing with an inspirational poster. Like standing there like, you don't know what the fuck I'm going through. You hang in there, motherfucker. That's it for me, folks. Thanks a lot. You've been a great crowd.
We are on a break.
Fantastic audience. We got over 100 people here tonight. I am so happy to see you all. Thank you so much. And again, I want to remind you, if you ever want to try your hand at comedy, we are at Wayward Wednesdays every Wednesday at Chili Lime Brewery, 8 p.m., 7:30 sign up. I've seen a lot of people in here who have done sets. Seriously, even if it's just like, even if you come up and do 1 minute, we welcome it. And also, again, check us out. Follow us on YouTube, Wayward Comedy, Instagram, and waywardcomedy.com. All right, let's see. We do have 2 more comedians coming up. They're fantastic. But first, I'm going to talk to you a little bit more because I'm self-indulgent and I like to hear myself talk. And also because a lot of my friends were fucking late, so that's why I knew I had to split up my sets. So I'm going to address the elephant in the room. I am a woman. Shocking, I know. And I am a female comic. I am the only female comic on this lineup today. And it is, thank you. I should be really, yeah, you should be really impressed. I'm really special. But it is weird being a female comic because it shouldn't be any different than being a male comic, but it is, you know it is. I mean, for example, do you know how many people I had to sleep with to get this gig? No, I'm kidding, it was unrelated. No, in all seriousness, I don't think sex should ever be transactional. That's why whenever I sleep with someone, I always make sure that I get nothing out of it. You know, I don't want there to be anything in it for me. It is weird though, you know, especially talking about sex or porn or something and cursing like my first set. You know, it does attract a certain type of man who will come up and talk to me after the show. You know, I'll say something like, I fuck guys, and they'll be like, I'm a guy. You wanna fuck me? Honestly, I'm not that conceited. I don't think that everyone who talks to me is trying to sleep with me. I actually hate myself a lot of the time. Fuck, there I go attracting that certain type of guy again. What is it about insecurity that some people find so attractive? I mean, to some people, I hate myself is a mating call. And codependency is not a red flag. It is a necessary and integral part of every relationship. You know, the woman will go, I love you, I need you, I can't live without you. And the guy's like, that's true. You should remember that, because if you break up with me, you might die. But it is creepy because there are people who go after insecure people. You know, some people go after them like a project. It's kind of a pathetic bionic man, you know. They're like, I can fix him, I can build him up, I have the empathy. And then there's the people who are purely predatory. And I say people because I know at least a couple women personally in Santa Fe who do this too. Oh, yes, queen. Who will go after, you know, insecure men, damaged men, younger men, and they like that control, you know? It's like they've been victimized enough, and they're ready to be the victimizer. That's right, women can be pieces of shit too. It's called feminism. Get used to it. You guys applaud the weirdest shit, I swear to God. And those types of people are toxic because they want to be your support system, you know? They want you to depend on them. They'll go, babe, tell me everything. What's bothering you? You can tell me, you can lean on me, trust me. And then we do, like idiots. And we think, you know, we expose our flaws, we expose our vulnerabilities, and we think that we're being open because that's what you do in a relationship. We're sharing ourselves with someone. But really what we're doing is giving them a roadmap to fuck us psychologically later on down the line. And those types of people are everywhere. And you know what else is everywhere? Gaslighting. That term has been overused a lot in the past few years, but don't let its overuse gaslight you into thinking that it's not a thing, because it is. It is ubiquitous, it is everywhere, and it is the fucking worst. Now I want to ask, does anyone know where the term gaslight comes from? You do? Oh, yeah, of course you do, Sheila. Sheila knows everything. So gaslight comes from the 1944 movie Gaslight, starring Ingrid Bergman. Yeah, I got some noir film fans in the audience. And the plot, of course, is very dramatic and convoluted, but basically, Ingrid Bergman figures out that her husband is a murderer. And then he figures out that she's figured out, and so what does he do? He makes her believe she's crazy. He starts flicking lights on and off. He hides things of hers, and then she's like, I don't remember putting that there. He's like, well, babe, you know, you are really forgetful. It's that kind of thing. And it's so appropriate that that's where this term comes from, because if you've ever been gaslit, you know. You feel like a hysterical 1940s housewife. You feel isolated, you feel insecure, you know, they're your entire support system, and you feel insane. You feel absolutely batshit. And I was gaslit so much in the past year that I grew to believe that some of my personality traits, some of the things that make me me, were actually shitty and were responsible for all my problems. But the thing is, I know now that my personality flaws are not responsible for my problems. My poor decisions are. That's right, I have power, I have autonomy, I have agency, and I abuse it daily. And that's beautiful. Now, the movie has a fantastic ending. Spoiler alert, it's been out for 80 years. You've had the time. Don't feel bad. And he gets caught. And he's there tied to a chair, bound with rope. And she is there alone in the room with him with a knife. And he is imploring her to untie him, to cut him loose. And she just plays along with his little game. And she goes, well, I'm sorry, darling. I would love to cut you loose, but I'm just so crazy, I'm not even sure if the knife in my hand is real. I might be just hallucinating it, and I would love to untie you, but my hands are so full of hysterical wound juice that I don't remember how to untie knots. And I love that. And I think that's the kind of energy we all need to carry forward into this year. It's been a rough fucking year. And if any of you are being gaslit, I want you to do that. If you're being gaslit, if someone's making you believe that you're crazy, lean in. Be crazy. And leave that fucker tied to the chair. Next up, we have a fantastic comedian. Don't let his looks fool you. This guy likes drinking beer and watching sports. We've got the fantastic, wonderful Tripp Stelniki.
Hey everybody, how you doing? You doing good? Where are my depressed people at? Let me hear you if you're depressed. Right. Most comedians come out here and they're just like, here's what kind of person I am. I'm like, who's fucking sad? I've done antidepressants. You might know one of the side effects of antidepressants is that they can cause depression. I don't know why we're okay with that. Medicine is supposed to do the thing, not the opposite of the thing. That'd be like a doctor saying, here, try this. This should help with your hair loss. These are scissors. He handed me a pair of scissors. Try this. This should help with your erectile dysfunction. These are scissors. Fuck me and my depression, I guess. If you're depressed, if you're walking around and you're going, oh, I don't know how things could be any worse, I got a tip for you. It's better than antidepressants. Turn on Wheel of Fortune. If you're walking around and you're thinking, oh, things couldn't be worse, turn on Wheel of Fortune, you'll go, oh, they could be worse. I could be Pat Sajak. You turn on Wheel of Fortune, you'll ask yourself some questions. You'll be like, how is this shit still on? Who is this for? Is America a failed state? How has Pat Sajak not killed himself? Playing that stupid game with the stupidest people in America every day for 30 years. That game show is like a spelling bee for people with head injuries who are also English as a second language. Or they're not like immigrants, they're white people from Kansas. Well, Pat, again, I do not know how to read, but I'm excited to be here. I hope I win that grand prize, get on that cruise down to Puerto Rico. I doubt it. because you don't know how to spell orange, and there's 5 fucking letters up there. Well, anyway, Pat, I'd like to buy a vowel. I'd like to buy a gun. I watch it every day. It comes on right after Jeopardy, which is a very steep drop-off. I kind of like that. Like, if you turn on the television at 6 p.m. and Jeopardy is too much for you, just leave it on. It'll find you where you're at in no more than a half hour. Like, if Jeopardy is like climbing Mount Everest, Wheel of Fortune is like drowning in your tub. If Jeopardy is like President Barack Obama had several successes and a mixed record, Wheel of Fortune is like 600,000 people have died, and the president just invented a new racial slur. You gotta have both, it's America. I like that they put them on right after, not one after the other. They're like, okay, we got a show at 6 p.m. for people who like to read recreationally, and then at 6:30 we're gonna have a show for people who think cheese pizza is a vegetable. And then for like an hour after that, we're just gonna show a bunch of dogs licking their own assholes. It's not a game show, but it is more challenging than Wheel of Fortune in a lot of ways. Pat Sajak hosts that one too. Speaking of dogs licking their own assholes, I have a new dog. I got a new puppy, and oh, thank you. Yeah, I mean, anyone can get a dog, you know. Buffalo Bill had a dog, but thank you. I got a new puppy. It's just a shame how political everything is these days, guys. Even getting a new dog was political, believe it or not. Like, you know, I went to the shelter, they give you your dog, and they give you a bunch of paperwork, and they say, okay, we gave your dog all of his vaccinations. I'm sorry, what? I didn't know this was a liberal shelter. Who the fuck told you to do that? Is Fauci back there? I want to talk to him, huh? This is America, bud. We make our own kinds of decisions about that. You're like, okay, anyway, sir, your dog also has his microchip. I fucking bet he does. Yeah. Everything I read on Facebook was correct. I got the puppy. We've had the new puppy for a couple weeks, and I don't know why anyone would ever have a child. The puppy is plenty. The puppy is plenty of responsibility, and if the puppy's bugging me a little bit, here's what I do. I don't look at it for a minute. You got a kid, you gotta care for that thing 24/7, you have to love it no matter what. No matter what? What if it has a bad tooth-to-gum ratio? I don't think I could fake it. Daddy, can I have a hug? Maybe tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow. I was watching Eat Breakfast. Kids, man. My parents had 4 kids. 4 kids, that's at least 3 mistakes. And then when they got divorced, because of course they did, I just said they had 4 kids. They had the nerve to be like, it's not your fault, kids. It's not your fault. Okay, Mom and Dad, cut the crap. I was also on the family vacation at Disneyland last month. I saw the writing on the wall. I remember the fight where the guy in the Donald Duck costume had to break it up. He had to break character. My eyes are wide open, okay? 4 kids. I'd rather have 4 dogs than 4 kids. What's the worst that could happen with 4 dogs? You don't qualify for the Iditarod? Whatever, you know? You guys are a great crowd. My name is Tripp. That's a silly name, I know. T-R-I-P-P. It's goofy. I know what it sounds like. That's the kind of name, like when I fill out a job application and I get to the box for race and ethnicity, I can go ahead and leave that blank. Everybody knows what I look like. If the police were ever looking for me, they would not have a hard time. They'd be like, what's the suspect's name? Really? Send the sketch artist home. Just pull up some stock images of people who shop at Trader Joe's and only Trader Joe's. He'll be in there. I look and sound like a guy whose name is Tripp. I know what it is. Like, I went to a bar recently. It was a new bar. The bartender said, what do you have? And I said, what do you think I would like? And he handed me a Sunday edition of the New York Times. You guys laughed a little too hard at that. I don't know. I have a hard time with conflict. I'm bad with conflict. I'm like the opposite of Israel. This is a true story. What? Okay. I got some Benjamin Netanyahu fans up front, okay? Jeez. This is a true story. So I was at a party, and I introduced myself. You know, I introduced yourself. I was like, my name is Tripp. But the guy heard tip, like the tip of a pen. You know? And I just let it happen. I was like, it's easier to just be Tip. What am I, an adult? What am I gonna correct him? It's just my name. It's just who I am. What am I gonna be? Like, it's not, sorry, it's not Tip. That's ridiculous. It's Tripp. It would have been like, Tip, Tripp, what's the fucking difference? Either way, you make kombucha in your basement, right, idiots? So I didn't do that. I just let it happen. I was like, I'm Tip now. The problem was this guy was the host of the party. So he was being a good host. He introduced me to everybody. So within a few minutes, there's like 50 people who now know me as Tip. At this point, I'm like, maybe I start over. Maybe this Tip guy will stand up for himself. But it got to a point where I had to say something. There was a guy, and this is true, a guy came up to me and he was like, oh, your name is Tip? I really like the name Tip. It reminds me of Tip O'Neill. You ever heard of him? Yeah, he was a great Speaker of the House during the Bill Clinton years. Yeah, from the great state of Illinois, Speaker of the House, Tip O'Neill. I was like, I gotta say something. This has gone too far. So I was like, I'm sorry, I never do this. I'm really sorry to correct you, but Tip O'Neill was from Massachusetts. He was like, well, I guess you would know, Tip. I was like, you're damn right. Yeah. I told my therapist that story. She canceled my next appointment. I found out she moved to Florida. She changed her phone number and everything. She opened a plant nursery. She changed her whole life. I got in touch with her. I was like, is this about me? She was like, for once, yes. Guys, I'm sick and tired of hearing about Bitcoin, okay? I don't want to hear any more about it. It used to be very easy to ignore. It used to be cryptocurrency and Bitcoin. Now it's in the news. It's hard. There's ATMs everywhere. I thought it was imaginary. What? It's getting harder to ignore. It used to be very easy to ignore. Bitcoin and cryptocurrency used to just be for lonely white men who were not brave enough or strong enough to storm the Capitol. And now, it's everywhere. People are saying things. You talk to people, you're like, hey, lovely day we're having. He's like, sure. You know, our currency's gonna collapse. God damn it! Thought you were coming over to help me move this couch. Now I feel like we have to talk about that. Our currency's gonna collapse? Is it some Bitcoin shit? It is. God damn it! And they love telling you, but there's at least 2 or 3 dudes in here who are gonna find me after the show and be like, oh no, it's a blockchain, end-to-end encryption, non-fiat. I'd love to tell you about it. I don't know. I don't care. I didn't ask. I don't wanna know. I don't wanna know. I don't need to know how imaginary bullshit works. I'm not like, hey, pause Harry Potter. I want to know how that sorting hat works. What the hell's going on? Is that end-to-end encryption? What is that? No. It's made up magic nonsense for short attention span children. You put the hat on, it can tell you're pathetic. Hufflepuff, get out of here, move along. It's the same thing with Bitcoin. You download an app, you start telling people in your life, I know you think you can't afford to invest. You can't afford not to invest. Slytherin, get the hell out of here, move along. It's a scam. Lots of popular scams, I'm fine with that. Imaginary escape Santa Claus, equal justice under the law, the cloud. I just don't like when, it's like, you know, Bitcoin, like if enough people believe nothing is something, then all of a sudden it becomes that thing, it's gonna be our new, I don't know. Like if enough people believe that it sounds good, then all of a sudden, Drake is a musician? How does that work? If enough people think it's okay to date 11-year-old Disney Channel actresses, then all of a sudden Drake is a musician. Do you guys know about this? How has he not been canceled? I'm sorry to get off topic. Drake grooms underage girls, he preys on them. And even worse than that, his music is dog shit. We killed Michael Jackson for that. And his music was fabulous. Make it make sense. Anyway, I'm vaccinated. I don't care if you're not. I really don't. I know I'm supposed to care. I don't know. It's fine. I got vaccinated. It's fine. You know? I know I'm supposed to care. People are like, what if it mutates? What if it mutates and you die? I watch Wheel of Fortune every day, okay? I have a lot to live for. Ah, but don't you care about your fellow man? What, the guy who in the Drake t-shirt who's trying to sell me Bitcoin? No, I do not. I don't know. I just don't understand why you wouldn't get it. Like, the vaccine's like a hand job, you know? Like, before I got the vaccine, I was like, I gotta get that vaccine. Then I got it, it was fine. Nothing changed. My life went on. Before I ever had a hand job in high school, I was like, I can't wait for the day Then it happened and I forgot about it the next day. I don't know. It's fine. It's fine. It's like I was walking along one day, you know, just kicking rocks, frustrated about the pandemic, and there was a guy who was like, hey, you want a free hand job? Free hand jobs in here, buddy. Me? Everybody gets free hand jobs from the government. Free hand jobs. Why? Why not? It's a free hand job. Not gonna hurt you. What's the catch? There's no catch. Well, I mean, you will feel weird for like a day afterwards, but you're getting a hand job from a stranger, so what do you expect? So I got my free hand job. I'm vaxxed, baby. What's the big deal? But there's all these protesters, they're very angry. I never get the free hand job. Fine, Jesus. It's not gonna hurt you. The hand job, getting the hand job is actually more dangerous than not getting the hand. Well, okay, now you're not making any sense. It's a hand job. Well, if I get the hand job, I might die. I mean, I don't see how that's possible, but maybe you know something I don't. Free hand job. Every hand job I've gotten, I've walked out just fine. What's next? If I don't get the hand job, you're not gonna let me on the plane? Well, I mean, no. But you seem so angry about a free hand job that maybe you shouldn't fly. I don't know why. Well, my kid is never getting the free hand job. Good, I don't think they should. That's inappropriate. Under 12, I don't even think they allow it. But on the news, if 85% of people don't get the free hand job, then at some point in the future, we're all gonna need to get more free hand jobs. Guys, I'm fine with that. You know, it was good the first time. Well, if more people don't get the free hand job, then we're all gonna have to wear masks. I got a free hand job from a stranger in a high school gymnasium. I don't want people seeing my face anyway. Mask it up! I don't know, man. I'm fine with it. And then they were like, okay, the hand jobs are still free. But if you haven't gotten your hand job yet, come on in, we'll give you $100. Well, now hold on, now I'm not okay. What the hell's going on here? You're gonna give me a hand job and $100? How bad is the hand job? I don't know. If you don't want to get it, you know, you're a jerk off. That's all. We need some doctors who are gonna give some real medicine. Hey, here, try this. This should help with your fear of getting a free hand job. These are scissors. What the hell's going on here? Thank you guys. You guys have been so fun.
Keep it going for Tripp Stelniki! Fuck yeah! All right, we have one final comedian for you. He's the only true local among any of us, Korey Herrera! Those doors are a fucking nightmare, man.
What's up, everyone? You guys good or what? What's that? It's okay, thank you for that. So my name is Korey Herrera. I'm Native American. Give it up for me, right? Thank you. I worked very hard on that, you know? I guess to be real, my mom worked really hard on that, you know? Where's all my white people at? White people, make some noise! Alright, chill out. Of course you guys are here. You guys are everywhere, man, for real. Can't get away from you guys, you know what I mean? Feel like I'm doing comedy at Whole Foods or some shit, you know? Gluten-free section, right? Hit a little too close to home there. Just kidding. No, I love white people. I can't lie for real. I think every family should have one, right? Help that credit score out a little bit, you know? So like I said earlier, I am Native American. Unless you're with CNN, then I'm something else, right? All right, no one watches the news, it's fine. Or if you're with the NFL, you can just call me the football team, right? Dude, they fucking got rid of the Chief logo. Do you guys know about that shit? They're trying to be so fucking PC, they relocated the only native logo, right? Alright, okay, there's a little, I felt that in the crowd, that's fine. No, ironic, their new logo is a W, they can't get the fucking W to save their life, you know what I mean? Alright, no football fans, moving on. Alright. I don't know if you guys know, dude, but it's fucking hard being native, man. We have so many things we have to worry about. We gotta keep our culture going. We gotta worry about water rights. We have to worry about the girl we're dating is our cousin, you know? It's not even a joke, that's just real, man. So more about myself, I'm actually 3 tribes in one. You get a 3-for-1 special tonight, right? Please don't woo, that's offensive. So I'm Pueblo, I'm Navajo, my beard is Apache, right? Any Apaches in the crowd? Alright, we're safe, don't worry. So the third tribe I actually am is Makah. I just found out I'm part of the Makah Nation, right? So the reason we found that out was my mom was adopted when she was younger by a couple of white parents, you know what I mean? So they went to the Indian souvenir and they got it. Appreciate the groans, thank you. That's my life you're groaning about right there. No, this was long before the Indian Child Welfare Act. For you guys who do not know what ICWA is, what's that? What did you say, miss? I don't know, I heard a woo over there. That's okay, it's fine. Just know, we're not on TV, I can fucking see all of you guys, alright? If you're gonna fucking say something, you open yourself up to a bunch of other shit. I'm trying to be polite tonight, you know what I mean? That's right, come on, that's right. So, going back to my joke, thank you. So this is long before the Indian Child Welfare Act. For you guys who do not know, it prevents Angelina Jolie coming and adopting our kids. That's what that does. This whole time she thought she was white with a natural spray on tan, you know what I mean? Okay, a lot of people hitting the tanning booth today, that's fine. I know I don't look like a comedian, let's be honest, I don't look like a comedian. I kind of look like an out-of-workless Lonely Boys guitar player or something, right? Wow, okay. Well, you guys had an eclectic mix of music here, okay. So I also kind of look like a retired Steven Seagal or something, right? Of course white people know that one, right? It's fine. So whenever anyone finds out I'm native, this happens every time. They always ask me these stupid fucking questions, you know? I was walking down the plaza today, and this lady approached me, and I knew she was gonna say something weird because she was wearing turquoise, you know what I mean? So she feels like she bought it from one of my cousins or something, you know? She was all, hey sir, how are you doing? I was like, don't say how, that's offensive, you know? She was all, really? I was like, no, I'm just kidding. How are you? You good or what? She's all, yeah, can I ask you a question? I was like, yeah, go for it. And then she was all, I don't know if I should say this. I'm like, bro, pause right there. If you have to open with that to complete stranger, don't fucking say it, you know? I was like, go ahead and ask your question. And she was all, do you sit Indian style? I was like, lady, everything I do is Indian style, okay? Right. So to be fair to her, she did have a strong follow-up question. She asked me, how do you celebrate Indigenous Peoples Day? I was like, all right, that's a good question, you know? I never got asked that in my life. I don't know if you guys know, but in New Mexico, we don't celebrate Columbus Day no more. Did you guys know that? Right. Some fucking random European on his fucking yacht, you know? Hitchhiking on the fucking open ocean, right? Typical man, didn't ask for directions, you know? So that's what I told her. This is how I celebrate Indigenous People Day. If there's any natives out here tonight, if you have any native friends, feel free to share this with them. So this is how I celebrate. I find a random white person, I go to their house and I do not leave, you know? Thank you. If If I'm in a really good mood, I'll sell their house back to them, you know? Thanks, man. That's why I want to open a business, real estate agency, call it Manifest Destiny, right? Getting our land back one foreclosure at a time, you know? All right, give it up for yourselves. You guys are fucking awesome tonight, man. Good shit, dude. Alrighty, so I've been thinking during this whole pandemic, I want to open up a business. I want to open up a New Mexico themed business that sells pho, you know what I mean? I want to call it fucking sick, you know? I also want to open up another business that sells like wobbly tables, uneven chairs, and wobbly desks, and call it Not Even, you know? Where'd you get that table from? Not Even, bro, you know? Thank you. Yeah, dude, like, wherever I go, this happens all the time, dude. Like, whenever I go somewhere, everyone always has these assumptions because I'm native. Everyone always thinks like I'm an alcoholic or drunk or something, and that's not really fair, you know what I mean? Because we do meth too. Or mushrooms, you know? Just gotta find a dealer to take a layaway plan, right? Thank you. So more about myself, I recently got sober. Very recent, the bartender just cut me off, you know? It's been a very enlightening 2 minutes, right? So, I gotta talk to you guys in Santa Fe real quick. I'm worried about you guys, to be honest. I'm like really worried. I noticed that when some of you people are driving, some of you guys have dream catchers in your rearview mirror. Just FYI, you probably shouldn't be sleeping while you're driving, okay? Get some day friends that'll save your life, you know? Alright, thank you. So more about myself, I drive a Dodge Grand Caravan, right? Thank you. It's great because it lets every woman I meet know I come with lots of baggage, you know? It's okay, I fucked that joke up, sorry. They were right to cut me off in the bar, you know? Alright, any natives here? Natives, make some noise. You're the only people who should be wooing, by the way. Thank you. My favorite drink is ice on the rocks. When I'm bored, I like to take bottled water, go to the river, and just pour it down and be like, you're free, you know? So I've been reading during this pandemic, so one thing I've been reading about is verb is an action word. Verb is an action word, you know what I mean? I hope I get some verb tonight, right? I know, it's okay. I'm so sick of gravity, dude. That shit's always holding me down, right? Alright, got a few more one-liners. Bear with me. I know. It's okay. Give it up for chairs, everybody. You guys are all sitting in chairs. Give it up for chairs, man. No matter what you're going through, they always support your ass, you know? They got you, man. Alright, so more about myself. I work for non-profit organizations. Anyone here work for non-profits? Alright, my sympathy for all of you, you know. It totally lives up to its name because I have not made a profit since I started, you know? Alright, moving on from that one. Anyone else sick of this COVID bullshit? You guys sick of COVID? Okay, it's a mixed crowd, it's fine. Dude, I'm so sick of this COVID bullshit, dude, getting everyone infected just like my ex, you know? Okay, alright, it's fine. She gave me COVID. Just kidding. Bitch, thank you, I appreciate that. I want that recorded, I want that on the record. Just kidding. So, I went to a restaurant earlier today and this waitress came up to me and she was like, how may I serve you? I was like, well, you can bow down and chant. Well, I guess that's not how they roll at Chick-fil-A, you know? Let me get my chicken sandwich, bring some extra sauce, you know? Alrighty, thank you. So more about myself, I was raised by my grandparents, you know what I mean? So the two smells in my house were Icy Hot and Vicks, right? Okay, that's fine. No elderly people here, they won't get that joke. So I just gotta give a quick shout out. My grandma is the best person in the world, dude. I love my grandma. No joke, I just gotta give her a shout out, man. My grandma is very unintentionally funny, you know? So she called me the other day with some really horrible news about one of our relatives, you know? She called me, she's like, oh, Korey, she died. When she died, she fell, she hit her head, she was all bloody and scabby. She had scabs on her scabs, it was awful. Anyway, we're having a barbecue tomorrow, you guys come over. Bring that ketchup I like, you know? Thank you. So, as a native, there's a few things you will not see natives doing. Like, you'll never see natives farming almond milk, you know? For real, man, I'd be like so confused, like, how do you milk it? Where's the teats? How do you feed the almonds, right? Another thing you might never see natives do is join ISIS, you know? You guys know what ISIS is? Alright, just checking. I usually have to clarify for my native folks, they think I'm talking about a fucking snow cone or something, right? Oh, I like the blueberry ISIS. Here, bring me some of the blueberry ISIS. That's my favorite, it's a taste explosion, you know? No, man, we couldn't join ISIS, like suicide bombers be showing up 30 minutes late, you know? They'd be all pointing the guns, let me get 50 for this, you know? And we couldn't make it in because we can't go to the fucking beer. This is 6 months right here, dude. Never shaved. Thank you. I guess if we did go that route, the names could work, you know what I mean? Oh, there's Mohammed Bagay. Oh, there's Ahmed Yazi, who's drinking again, you know? Okay, are these jokes a little too native for you guys in Santa Fe? Yes? What's that? Alright, thank you, appreciate that. Nice. The one guy who has some native friends, you know? Alright, let's see, where's it go from here? I don't know if you guys heard, but they recently translated Star Wars into Navajo. Did you guys know that? Yeah, in my opinion, they didn't really need to do that. It's already a native story, you know what I mean? It's like, come on, Luke doesn't know who the fuck his father is, you know? He's living with his auntie and uncle, you know? And he made out with one of his family members. That's native right there, dude. They also translated Finding Nemo into Navajo, and that's just a native fucking dad on tax day looking for his son, you know what I mean? Have you seen Nemo? Where's my son? Dory lost him again, you know? Thank you. Let's see more about myself. I have 3 kids, all with the same woman, right? That's right, a big fucking accomplishment in New Mexico, for real, dude. That's like getting your master's degree or PhD, right? Costs about the same too, you know what I mean? Okay, is this a financial aid crowd? Is that what that is? Dude, kids are like fucking broke roommates, man, you know? Can't feed themselves, always need a fucking ride somewhere, you know what I mean? Alright, it's fine. So, it was my daughter's birthday the other day. She asked me for a Rapunzel-themed birthday, so I was like, alright. So I sent her to her room and locked the door, alright? Alright, give it up for the comedians that you guys saw tonight, and give it up for yourself. You guys were amazing audience. Thank you guys so much, man. You guys were awesome.
Alright, keep it going. We're gonna bring all the comedians we had up here tonight. Yes, stand up. We got Korey Herrera. Alright, whoever's up next, who can run the quickest? Run, you fuckers, run. Oh, he's coming up cool as a cucumber. We got Phil Johnson. Tripp Stelniki, he's like distracted. He's too cold to fucking go. Who else we got? Come on, guys. I know you're back there. Come on out. Yeah, just kick the doors open. Got TJ Jones and Evan Galpert. All right. Thank you guys so much for coming. And me. Oh,
Isabel Madley, ladies and gentlemen!
all right, guys. We may or may not be doing monthly shows here, so keep an eye out for that. But remember, you can find us every week at Wayward Wednesdays at Chili Line Brewery at 8 p.m. Every Wednesday, it's on Guadalupe Street next to Pizzeria Delino. And again, if you guys want to try comedy,
well. There is no time limit. There is no age limit. We have teenagers. We have elderly people. Come the fuck up. That was not a slur on anyone. I'm trying to just be inclusive.
Not that old! Jesus, I'm 32! Thank you!
You know what? But you have the soul of an old Jewish man, and I think we all know that. So please come out, and again, please follow us on YouTube. We have a ton of videos up there, and we are going to start producing more content, like sketches, and like all kinds of other comedy stuff. So thank you guys so much for coming out, and give yourselves a round of applause, and please tip your bartenders! Thank you, Tumbleroot. Thank you, all of you. We love you. Have a fantastic night, and drive safe. Good night.